What's going on, everybody? Justin Kish here for NexusSportsNetwork.com. Got a very special guest and one of my favorite fighters in MMA, Justin Lawrence. Justin, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing awesome, bro. I'm just counting down the days to get in that cage.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we last talked. I think it was back at Dynamite 2 was the last time we actually talked. And I want to ask you, you have your fight next week, next Saturday, I want to say, at Bellator 167. It's a holiday weekend, Thanksgiving. How's the weight cut been doing? And will you have a Thanksgiving feast this week?
Man, the weight cut it's so crucial. You know, I'm a pretty big 45er, and when I fought Sanchez, that was the biggest key. I learned a lot. That's the biggest thing I learned from that fight. I cut way too much weight, and I felt it in the third round. But you know, man, dude, the weight cut's been awesome. I feel like I gotta stay disciplined to my diet, and I always have Christmas to fall back on. So I won't be picking out too heavily on Thanksgiving, but like I said, this is where I win the fight. This is where I stay disciplined. This is where the hunger of winning and the desire of winning will come through, and I will be victorious because I'm staying disciplined, and I know I've done all the right things leading up to this fight.
Now, I mentioned Bellator 167. Now, you'll be in the co-main event against John Teixeira. How are the preparations for the fight been going?
It's been going great, man. He's a tough Brazilian that he's going to come. He's going to bring the fight to me. His striking, he's got heavy hands, but I feel like that's where I'll exploit him. His grappling's very good, but I feel like it's going to be very hard to get me down. I don't think his wrestling's the greatest, but he's going to bring a good pace. And at the end of the day, I just want to give a good fight for the fans that they're talking about on Sunday morning. And I feel like that's what I'll bring. I'll bring the heat every fight, and every time I'm in the scrap, it's never boring. So I hope John's ready because I'm an animal, man.
Now, I've been a big follower of your career, dating back to your times at Strikeforce, The Ultimate Fighter, your time in the UFC to RFA to, where it is right now in Bellator. Now, what's very special about your fight at 167 is that this is going to be your first headlining card for Bellator. You're going to be in the co-main event against John. Now, do you have any jitters going into the fight, knowing that this is the first time being the co-headliner of a card? I know you had that headlining fight at RFA 25, but this is a big opportunity for Bellator. Are you excited that you're going to be getting this opportunity? And do you have any jitters going into this since it's being the co-main event fight?
I'm always nervous, man. I want to do well. I'm not nervous to lose. I'm nervous that I want to go out there and win. You know what I'm saying? Nerves. This is what I do. I do this day in and day out. I've been doing it since I was 7 years old. It's just the shit I love, man. I love doing this. And the co-main event, this is where I belong. I belong in that spotlight. I belong, headlining those cards. I'm going to bring the heat, and that's what Bellator knows, and it's going to be an exciting fight, and I'm privileged to get an opportunity to fight and a contender to, put me up into that, chasing that title, and like I said, man, as far as the jitters, it's where I belong. I feel it in my heart. I feel it in my body, in my mind. That this is it, man. And I enjoy, being on a stage like that. I enjoy, it makes me fight more. It makes me fight better. It makes me fight harder. Knowing that, the co-main, But at the end of the day, it's just another scrap, I got to go in there and I got to impose my will and beat this dude down.
Now, I have to say, preparations for this fight has got to be, completely crazy because, the build-up to the fight as well. When you really go in and dig deep into this, it's been a big wild ride, I would have to say. You were not actually scheduled to be on the fight card, but because John Teixeira was actually going to be supposed to be facing Pat Curran, at the event, but an injury forced him out. Did Scott Coker give you the call, or did you start calling Scott Coker wanting to take the fight against Teixeira?
Yeah, I called him up wanting that fight. I feel like it's a good fight. Beating a guy like this is really, really stamp my legacy in this in this organization, it's a good opportunity. Why not? You know what I'm saying? I have nothing to lose. This dude's supposed to smash me. He's got a record of 20-1. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to put it to him, and I definitely wanted this fight, and then they gave it to me, and I'm just super excited just to get this opportunity just to showcase my skills and give the fans what they really want, man. Like, a high-level striker punching and kicking people's heads off. Like, that's awesome, man. Like, who doesn't want to see that?
No, I did some background study on John Teixeira. What I've noticed that he likes to take the fight to the ground. He has a lot of good submission. He has a good submission game. Did you study up on John? And if so, what did you find in his game film?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely watched one of his fights, and I try not to dig too deep into watching their fights, just simply because, again, I feel like styles make fights. With that being said, everybody fights different every fight because they're fighting a different style. You know what I'm saying? Once he feels the heat and feels the speed difference and the kicks, punches, and bunches, he's going to be diving at my ankles, just like they all do. You know what I'm saying? So, his wrestling it's not bad, but, it's not, I don't feel like it's the level that I'm at, so, yeah, he's got good ground, you know what I'm saying, but I'm going to do everything in my power to keep it on my feet, score those takedowns when I need them, or I feel like the round's close, score those big points, but, again, man, I'm gonna pick this dude's head off, with hands and kicks, and it's hard to catch what you can't, it's hard to punch what you can't catch, you know what I mean? Like, he's going to be trying to take me down, after the first round when he goes back to his corner. He's on his feet. He's got heavy hands, but he swings real wide. And I'll come down the middle all day long on that, I have nothing but respect for the guy, but, it's just my time.
Taking a look at your track record since joining Bellator in June of 2015, you have fought in the, primarily in the months of June and November with taking some resting points, in between the fights. Now, I don't want to jump ahead or anything, but I would like to ask you, what is 2017? What's the, the pre, look for 2017? Do you want to be an active fighter? Do you think that you will be, in contention for a title shot in 2017? Do you want to take, more than, just the fights that's handed down to you?
Yeah, man, I feel like, I just beat Kobayashi. He's got an impressive record of 18-2. When I beat, John, he's got a record of 20-1. When I beat those guys, how could you not put me in the line for title shot? I mean, and at the end of the day, you need to get some new blood up there, cracking that champion. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, I'm a perfect candidate, man. Once I get past this fight, I feel like I'm right in the mix, man. I'm dangerous and I'm exciting, and I could really, turn some heads when I get in that cage and get an opportunity of fighting a champion, because I know I have it inside me to be a world champ. That's what I train for every day. I wake up every morning thinking about that goal. So yeah, man, I feel like at the beginning of 2017, I could be fighting for that title.
Now, I've been speaking to a bunch of Bellator fighters. Bellator has really, risen a whole lot in 2016. We've seen a lot of great fighters making their way into the promotion. Chael Sonnen, Rory McDonald. We even got Fedor Emelianenko. Now, speaking of Fedor, I spoke to Joe Warren about this. I want to get your thoughts. What are your thoughts on the addition of Fedor to the Bellator family?
Yeah, at the end of the day, Scott Coker's doing a phenomenal job of just, making this organization better and stronger and exciting. He's done a really good job of bringing in good fighters, that fans want to watch, and that they're going to go in there and they're going to really showcase and put on a good performance. So having Fedor back is awesome. He's a legend in the sport. I feel like I'll tune in all day long to watch Fedor throw them hands. You know what I'm saying? That dude will chuck all day long at your head, and it's always exciting. I mean, when Fedor, what fight has Fedor not been in that's been boring? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like having him, addition to him, to the family is great for us. And it's definitely going to bring in that audience of the Fedor fans, and Matt Mitrione, that matchup's it's intriguing, man, because it's two bangers that are going to go in there and they're going to be swinging for the fences, and man, that's just awesome to watch. It really is.
Now, I've got a couple more questions for you. Now, the Bellator featherweight division is so rich in talent. We got Bubba Jenkins, Daniel Strauss is the champion, Pat Kerr, and Patricio Freire. Now, with a victory here, where do you think, this will put you in the featherweight division?
I mean, I feel like I'm, like number one contender. I feel like I'm in that spotlight, man. I mean, John Teixeria is tough, man. He's up there, and a lot of people don't want to fight this dude. You know what I'm saying? I called for this fight. I wanted this fight. You know what I'm saying? I want to test myself. I want to fight the best in the division. Because I feel like I'm up there. I feel like I belong there. And I feel like I'm definitely, knocking on that door for that title shot. After beating a guy like this, man. How could you not? How can you not say that? I feel like he's definitely a guy that he's got an impressive resume, and taking him and beating him is going to put me right there.
All right, Justin, I want to put you right on the spot right now. Give us a prediction for your fight and how it will go down against John Teixeira.
Yeah, man, I'm expecting a war. I'm going to put my hands on him. It's going to be a bloodbath, and I'm gonna try to knock him out, man. I'm always trying to go for that finish. That's why I feel like people like to watch me fight. I'm not trying to go out there and just dance around. I'm trying to really try to hurt my guy and put him away, and that's what I'm gonna do. Come December 3rd.
All right, Justin, it's always an honor having you on here. You're a great interview. I really do appreciate your time. Good luck next week. Happy holidays to you and your family.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, Justin. It means a lot, bro. Same to you.
Thank you.